British counter-terrorism police are investigating an arson attack at a former synagogue in London, the latest in a wave of attacks targeting the Jewish community in the United Kingdom's capital. Officers said they responded to the incident early on Tuesday in the Tower Hamlets borough.
Romania's pro-European coalition has collapsed after a vote of no confidence in Prime Minister Ilie Bolojan, raising fears of a fiscal crisis. The joint effort was launched last week when the left-wing Social Democratic Party, PSD, which withdrew from the coalition in late April, and the hard-right opposition Alliance for the Unity of Romanians Party, AUR, submitted the motion to Parliament. An Israeli court has extended the detention of two Gaza-bound humanitarian aid flotilla activists who were abducted by Israeli authorities last week. An Israeli rights group representing them says the Ashkelon Magistrates Court on Tuesday granted the state's request to extend the detention of Saif Abu Keshek from Spain and Brazilian May 10, Miriam Azem, the international advocacy coordinator at Adala, confirmed to Al Jazeera.
And crypto exchange Coinbase said on Tuesday it is laying off about 700 employees, or 14% of its staff, as part of a broader restructuring aimed at addressing market volatility and increasing the use of AI tools to improve efficiency. The restructuring would see the company flattening its organizational structures to just 5 layers below the CEO and COO levels, according to an internal email that the company's CEO, Brian Armstrong, posted on the company blog.
It's not just you. Restaurants, malls and offices on steamy summer days really are kept colder than necessary. Air conditioning is as much about dehumidification as it is about cooling, especially in hot, humid climates like the US South, where buildings can be fertile ground for hazardous molds. The reason they blast the air conditioner so much is because they're trying to reduce the humidity, Sorin Grama, co-founder and CEO of Transera, told TechCrunch. In some cases, in commercial buildings, the air is so cold that they have to reheat it back up.
And a Senate committee has ordered the cancellation of bids for the $26 billion Nowshera Chitral Highway project in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, citing serious irregularities in the procurement process. The directive was issued during a meeting of the Senate Standing Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by Saifullah Abro.
Pakistan International Airlines has announced a major fare cut for passengers travelling from Pakistan to Saudi Arabia, offering a 40% on flights to Riyadh and Dammam. According to the airline's spokesperson, the discounted fares have taken effect immediately and are aimed at providing relief to passengers travelling on two of the busiest Saudi routes used by Pakistanis.
And Honor has quietly launched the Honor Play 11 Plus in China, where the device is already listed on the company's official website and available for purchase. The Honor Play 11 Plus features a 6.6-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 2600 x 1200 pixels. The panel supports DCI-P3 color and delivers up to 6500 nits peak brightness.
Federal Minister for National Health Services and Regulations Mustafa Kamal revealed on Tuesday that 21 hepatitis diagnostic counters are being established across Islamabad, Gilgit-Baltistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir in the first phase to facilitate people suffering from this deadly disease. He expressed these views while chairing a high-level meeting to review progress and preparedness for the elimination of hepatitis C in Pakistan.
Pakistan squash stars Noorzaman, Ashab Irfan and Asim Khan will feature in the PSA World Championships 2026 in Giza, Egypt, as they prepare to begin their campaigns against higher-ranked opponents. Pakistan's top-ranked player, Noorzaman, will face Egypt's Adam Howell, ranked world number 89th in the opening round. Noor secured his place in the main draw through direct qualification based on his PSA world ranking, following consistent performances on the professional circuit.
Britain's David Attenborough, who has for decades been the world's most authoritative voice on the natural world and whose documentaries have been watched by hundreds of millions, will on Friday celebrate his 100th birthday. After more than 70 years of filmmaking, Attenborough's instantly recognisable voice is synonymous with the story of nature. He is still at the vanguard of efforts to protect the environment and has produced some of his most impactful work in recent years.
And police on Tuesday released 7 Orat March activists after briefly detaining them near Karachi Press Club, KPC, following orders from Sindh Home Minister Ziaul Hassan Lanjar. The activists were detained after they gathered at Karachi Press Club, KPC, for a press conference scheduled for 4 p.m. to demand a no objection certificate, NOC, for their upcoming annual march in Karachi. And 2 cases of the deadly hantavirus have been confirmed, and 5 are suspected among people who fell ill on a cruise ship being held in the Atlantic near Cape Verde, the World Health Organization, WHO. So among the 7 cases, 3 people have died, 1 was critically ill, and 3 have mild symptoms, the WHO said in a statement late on Monday.
2 years after winning a landslide and ending 14 years of Conservative rule, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is facing a tough stress test. His Labour Party on Thursday will battle local and devolved elections under mounting political pressure. Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain, what Champions League semi-final, second leg where Allianz Arena, Munich, Germany. When? Wednesday at 9 p.m, 19 GMT. How to follow? We'll have all the build-up on Al Jazeera Sport from 16 GMT in advance of our live text commentary stream. PSG head to Munich for the second leg of their semi-final against Bayern on Wednesday, defending a 5-4 lead from an incredible first meeting that was one of the greatest matches in the competition's history.
For the first time in its 46-year history, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, has won the state of West Bengal, arguably the Hindu Nationalist Party's most consequential victory since 2014. The year Modi first came to power, the Legislative Assembly elections were held on several dates in April in West Bengal, 3 other Indian states, Tamil Nadu, Assam and Kerala, as well as in the federally governed territory of Puducherry.
And Moment Energy CEO Edward Chang believed LA's demand for power in North America is infinite and that his startup has the solution. The company, which has headquarters in Canada and the United States, takes a novel approach to repurposing electric vehicle batteries, Chang told TechCrunch. The company's approach is special, he said, because of its dual focus on safety and modularity. And the Ministry of Information Technology and Telecommunication, MoTT, has started work on developing a national open data ecosystem, nay, as part of efforts to strengthen Pakistan's digital economy, according to officials, and the planned system is intended to make government data more accessible and usable for citizens, businesses and researchers. By organising and sharing public data in a structured format, the project aims to support transparency, innovation and evidence-based decision-making across different sectors.
The Punjab government has approved the early disbursement of salaries, allowances and pensions for May 2026 ahead of Eid-ul-Adha. According to an official notification issued by the Finance Department Government of the Punjab, payments to government employees and pensioners belonging to the Muslim community will be released in advance on May 21, 2026.
The Senate Standing Committee on Science and Technology on Tuesday sharply criticised the country's testing and quality control system while the government pays private labs Rs 50 thou per test instead of reviving Pakistan's Standards and Quality Control Authority, PSQCA. During a meeting chaired by Senator Kamal Ali Agha, The Secretary for Science and Technology admitted that products cleared by PSQSA often require retesting abroad. Committee members questioned why public facilities exist if industries are forced to rely on expensive private testing.
Pakistan's star batter and former captain Babar Azam has once again inspired fans after sharing a nostalgic collage on social media that highlights his journey from humble beginnings to becoming one of the world's leading cricketers. The post, shared on his official Instagram account, featured a series of photographs showing Babar interacting with young cricketers and fans. The committee formed to investigate mismanagement and irregularities in Karachi's matric examinations has completed its report, with the findings reportedly leading to the resignation of Karachi board chairman Ghulam Hussain Soho. According to sources, Soho stepped down after the inquiry committee recommended his suspension and criminal proceedings through the anti-corruption department. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi on Tuesday announced a province-wide pen-down strike tomorrow, May 6, over the federal government's alleged discrimination against KP. In a statement, CM Afridi contended that the centre was discriminating against KP because the province has a government led by former Premier Imran Khan's PTI. Karachi, Ghulam Hussain Soho resigned as chairman of the Board of Secondary Education Karachi. It emerged on Tuesday following reports of irregularities and mismanagement at the board. He handed in his resignation late on Monday to the Secretary of the Universities and Boards Department, Abbas Balok, after learning that a committee report recommended his suspension as BSEK head.
Last year's military confrontation with India delighted us with something Pakistan rarely experiences: a unified national response. One voice and one direction from a collective will that held under pressure. We have the same reaction at a smaller scale during a cricket match against India, and then we watch as it dissolves. A pressing question lies behind this pattern. It is one I have asked for 10 years on my podcast and in private conversations. I have asked people from the corridors of power, the circles of military brass, the layers of our establishment and the captains of industry. I have asked 4 prime ministers, generals, CEOs. I have asked them all the same thing, on the record and off it: how do we fix Pakistan?
And Taiwan sports officials say one of their table tennis players has reported inappropriate physical contact during a security check while entering the venue at a major tournament in London. Taiwan's Ministry of Sport called for a safe environment for athletes in a statement on Tuesday.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has asked Pakistan to discontinue subsidies on petroleum products and end electricity subsidies as part of ongoing consultations for the 2026-27 federal budget. IMF representatives, during their initial virtual consultation with the Finance Division, said that fuel and electricity subsidies should not continue in the next fiscal year, and that pricing adjustments recommended by regulators should be implemented without delay.
And Pakistan delivered a commanding performance to defeat Zimbabwe by 168 runs in the opening match of the 3-match women's ODI series at the National Bank Stadium. Chasing a daunting target of 331, Zimbabwe was bowled out for 162 in 36.4 overs as Pakistan's disciplined bowling attack kept the visitors under pressure throughout the innings.
The Pakistan Super League, PSL 11, emerging team of the tournament has been announced, highlighting a strong group of young players who made a significant impact throughout the competition. Leading the side is Samir Minhas from Islamabad United, who topped the list after scoring 349 runs at an impressive strike rate of 155.80.
Apple's upcoming iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max may feature a smaller dynamic island cutout. According to a new leak, a tipster on X claims to have received CAD files for the devices, possibly originating from a case manufacturer.